Hi again, everybody. It's time for Newsbreak on Paper News 24/7. I'm Frank Phillips reporting for the paper of Montgomery County. And some of the stories in the paper today, now that Crawfordsville's application for the Stellar Communities grant has been submitted and carried to Indianapolis, according to Mayor Todd Barton. Many local residents are hoping the city is a winner in the grant process. On Wednesday, Planning Director Brandy Allen said much work was done on the Stellar Communities grant application. As many as 25 local groups met earlier this month in the Crawfordsville District Public Library to discuss the grant. They should know by February 21st if Crawfordsville was chosen as a finalist. The story goes on to say that prompted Commissioner Marvin Ramsey to ask if the city will be required to match part of the grant. He asked if Greencastle, which was a winner last year, had a grant match. Some of the grant money could require a match, Allen said. For example, INDOT and OKRA projects sometimes require a match, she said. Now, INDOT is the Indiana Department of Transportation, and OKRA is an acronym for the Office of Community and Rural Affairs. The Stellar Communities grant is partnership of 3 state agencies, the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority, OKRA, and INDOT, according to the state's OKRA webpage, which is www.in.gov/OKRA. Greencastle used its Stellar Community grants to revitalize the Courthouse Square and Central Business District, improve streetscapes and offer parking solutions, improve facades while preserving historical integrity of buildings, wayfinding program to support community visitors, resolve potential environmental concerns in commercial district, create a pedestrian-friendly residential neighborhood, enhance housing opportunities, or options rather, a second-story loft housing in commercial district, and new construction in the South Court neighborhood. Improve quality of life in the local community, community health initiatives including new community health center and a new trail linking community to recreational area, partnership with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. That was part of the things they plan to do with their grant. And technology hub / Wi-Fi bubble in the commercial district. Now that sounds like it's pretty impressive, and it is. According to the Greencastle Banner Graphic newspaper, Greencastle is expected to receive $19 million, and that coming in grants, loans, and tax credits over the next 3 years. No wonder Mayor Todd Barton wrote a letter to the editor which stated, "It is with great excitement that I would like to announce that this afternoon I hand-delivered the City of Crawfordsville's application for the Stellar Communities grant to the Office of Community and Rural Affairs in Indianapolis." Barton had said earlier, "We will be applying for it this year and every year until we're successful, or they tell us go away." Now, when we come back, we'll look at more local news, and we'll check Weatherby's weather forecast, also a look at sports. This is Newsbreak on Paper News 24/7.
Bad wrecks happen to good people. That's why people take their wrecks to the good people at Gould's Body and Paint in Crawfordsville. Gould's will work with your insurance company to provide an accurate quote of your needed repairs. Then the iCar Gold Class Specialists take over, restoring your vehicle to good as new. Gould's will service any make, any model, any type, or amount of damage. Just remember our motto, at Gould's Body and Paint, our business is a wreck.
At Zon's Floor Covering, we don't offer washers, paint, or lumber. Floor covering is our expertise for your home or office. At Zon's Floor Covering, we offer luxurious styles of carpeting and realistic-looking vinyl patterns, and we do it better than anyone else. You'll fall in love with the possibilities at Zon's, all backed by professional installation, superior personal service, and our 3-year installation warranty. Stop by Zon's today and see why we want to be everywhere you are.
And we're back on Newsbreak. On Wednesday, the Crawfordsville Redevelopment Commission approved a resolution to transfer $1.4 million to cover expenses for Ivy Tech Phase 1. Now that, of course, is the building being built out at the park, at the Commerce Park in Crawfordsville. The matter was approved following discussion of a cash flow analysis that indicated more cash will be needed to meet expenses. After the meeting, Commissioner Robin Pebworth explained the $1.4 million will be borrowed from funds accumulating from taxes captured in the Crawfordsville South TIF district. The money will be repaid when bonds are sold for the Ivy Tech project, said Commissioner President Steve Gallagher. The action will have to be approved by the Crawfordsville City Council. In other business, the commissioners welcomed Steve McLaughlin as Mayor Todd Barton's appointment to the board as a non-voting member representing the Crawfordsville Community School Board. McLaughlin replaces Alan Plunkett. On Wednesday night, the AHEAD Coalition and the Prescription Drug Task Force announced there will be 2 prescription drug collection points in Montgomery County in about a month. These will be permanent collection sites for your old prescription drugs. One will be at the county jail on Memorial Drive and the other will be in the Crawfordsville Police Department. Both sites will be available 24 hours a day for dropping off prescription medication, said Tim Bristol, representing AHEAD Coalition. The Crawfordsville Police Department, of course, is on North Green Street. Jared Zachary Welding will make the boxes to DEA specifications, and the next prescription medicine take-back program will be in the parking lot of St. Elizabeth Health Crawfordsville on April 28th, Bristol said. The hospital is located on 231 North, and yes, they hope that the permanent boxes for the prescription medicine will be in place by that time. Now, many people continue to ask about Cracker Barrel. Well, the company is on the agenda for the Crawfordsville Plan Commission meeting on February 21st. It's requesting a non-residential minor subdivision, that's the technical speak, at US 231 North at Industrial Boulevard, and that's indicating the project is moving along and we will have a Cracker Barrel in Crawfordsville before too long, hopefully. Well, let's check the weather forecast. Weatherby's 3-degree guarantee. Weatherby says today we'll have some rain in the forecast, but just this morning, rather. It will clear up by noon. Today's high will be 41. Now, if Weatherby is off by 3 degrees or more, email us at weatherby@thepaper24-7.com and let us know. Be sure to include your name and phone number, and at the end of the month, all those who called in and caught Weatherby will be entered into a drawing for a prize. Now, turning over to sports, which we find on page 5 today in the paper of Montgomery County. Southmont girls basketball coach Reesley Thompson will no longer be coaching the girls basketball team. After being the head coach for 5 years, Thompson decided it was time to step down. The position isn't fun anymore, Thompson said. I'm tired of dealing with all the headaches a head coach must deal with. Not only was Thompson the varsity head coach, but he also dealt with girls basketball programs at Southmont all the way down to kindergarten. The other reason for resigning is the most obvious. The results over the last 5 years were not as good as they should have been in my book, Thompson said. With me being the head of the program, I hold myself accountable and responsible for that. Looking back, the area that Thompson is most disappointed with is not reaching the success he had envisioned when he took the job. Without question, my biggest disappointment is not getting the program back to where I feel it belongs, and that's at the top, Thompson said. Crawfordsville's boys basketball team is home on Friday night. The Athenians have their final Sagamore Athletic Conference game against Danville. Crawfordsville is 10-7 and 3-3 on the Sagamore Athletic Conference. Danville is 8-11 on the season and 2-4 on the SAC. Friday night is also senior night at Crawfordsville. I'm not really going to think about it, Crawfordsville senior Caleb Rasmussen said. For some seniors, they have a hard time playing on senior night, but Crawfordsville's head coach David Pierce isn't worried. Caleb is going to do what Caleb does, Pierce said. He'll be himself and let the game come to him. Along with Rasmussen, the Athenians will be saying goodbye to Ryan Teeter. Teeter will get the start on Friday, Pierce said. Teeter hasn't seen a ton of playing time this year, but Pierce said there isn't a harder worker on the team. When the Athenians take the court on Friday, they better be prepared for a battle. The Warriors have 10 guys that have played in at least 11 games this season. They, Danville, throw a ton of guys at you, Pierce said. If they get in foul trouble, the player goes to the bench, and they send another player at you. At times, Danville subs in players more like a hockey game with a complete line change. The Warriors are led by Avery Moats, who's averaging 16.9 points a game. Moats has been battling an injury, and it is unclear if he will play. The Athenians are game planning for him and plan to put their top defender on him. Will start J.J. Crawfordsville Jr. Jordan Jackson on Moats if he plays, Pierce said. And the Chargers are prepared for battle on the road. North Montgomery's basketball team will hit the road on Friday. The Chargers will travel to take on Tri-West. The Chargers are 7-11 on the season and 2-4 at the SAC. And Tri-West is doing 500. They're at 6-12 on the season and 1-4 at the SAC. And this will be their final Sagamore Athletic Conference game. The Chargers will be taking on a team that had to deal with some adversity a few weeks back. Since then, the Bruins have come together, and that's what has North Montgomery coach Joel Grindle scared. The Bruins had 2 of the top scorers quit, but they still have 3 guys averaging more than 9 points a game, he said. It isn't just one person, Grindle said. They play hard and they get after it. One player on North Montgomery's radar is junior Sam Coling. In the last 6 games, he has scored more than 10 points. Southmont's boys basketball team is in action again on Friday as well. This is the 3rd road game for the Mounties. They are 10-6 in 9 days. The Mounties will make a short trip down US 231 south to Greencastle. Greencastle is 11-6 on the season. The Mounties of late have had a flair for the dramatic. Against Cloverdale, it was junior Drake Cooksey hitting a shot with 8.6 seconds left for the game winner. Tuesday night at Cascade, it was sophomore Devin Burton hitting the game winner. Southmont coach Dan Chad jokingly said his team is going to kill him, though he would much rather be on the winning end rather than the losing end. Having so many games in a short period of time, practice has been a little different. They're in new territory, Chad said, and we're taking practice light. Well, that's a look at your news, weather, and sports from the paper of Montgomery County on Newsbreak. I'm Frank Phillips reporting. You have an outstanding jet day, won't you? And enjoy the sunshine this afternoon.